Us here in the studio is forensics specialist Atholl Johnston. Good to have you with us. So immediately anyone hears the term forensics expert, of course there's all kinds of conjecture about why this would be part of a Saudi team coming into Turkey, presumably to get rid of evidence, to cover up a crime. What's your thoughts?
I think more to advise. If you wanted to dispose of a body, you'd need some forensic awareness, and the forensic expert would give you that awareness and advise you what to do and what not to do, importantly, if you wanted to dispose of a body. It's a messy business if you really want to dispose of a body.
Is it possible to cover up all traces 100%?
If you work at it, yes, but you need to prepare. You need to prepare a clean room, put down plastic and absorbent material, because if you're going to cut a body up, you've got, well, 9 meters of intestine, for example, to get rid of, and quite a lot of blood. And to leave no traces at all, you need to be scrupulously clean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware it's quite a distasteful conversation, but the speculation is that Mr. Khashoggi may somehow have been dismembered and removed from the consulate. All allegations, of course, but from what you're saying, this is something that needs to be well planned in advance. You couldn't just do this on the spur of the moment.
No, it would not be. To leave no trace, to do it on the spur of the moment, would be really difficult. You have to plan ahead to do that, because you just would leave too much mess if you tried to do it without prior planning, without getting ready and getting the right equipment. I mean, just to cut a body up, you can't do it with a kitchen knife. You need a little bit more than that. Actual
proper implements that can get through tissue, bone.
Ideally, you might want to have advice of a butcher, for example, to do that, because to saw through bodies and cut at the right places to dismember a body, it's not easy. A forensic pathologist would be ideal, because they're used to cutting up bodies, and that would be the sort of advice that they would give you, where to cut and how to do it.
So in this case, Turkish investigators, of course, are very keen to get a look inside the consulate. That has been delayed. Presumably, the longer the delay, the less likely you are to find any evidence.
It's difficult to see how Turkish investigators could be given enough access to what is effectively Saudi Arabian sovereign territory. To do it properly, you need to do things like cut the plumbing into the plumbing and look at what went down the drains, look at the traps that are in the bottom of the sinks, look at the plug holes. All of that sort of thing is what a proper forensic examination would do, because they'd want to see if there's anything, any blood put down the drains, any material put down the drains, any hair, fibers, any of those sorts of things. In a, I was going to say normal killing, but that's not obviously the right word, but in a homicide or murder case, generally it's just not possible to cover it up with normal resources that an individual have. But of course, with a sovereign state, they have a lot more resources. There's been talk of 15 people coming in to do this. They could certainly clean up. It's difficult to believe, actually, that they've done it. If I was planning this, I wouldn't cut them up. I'd just put them in a body bag and take them away intact. You don't leave any mess that way.
This is the thing, though. I mean, is it going to be possible to know exactly what happened to Mr. Khashoggi without finding the body, or without getting some kind of full confession from someone?
I suspect we'll never know. If really they have killed him and they want to cover it up, he will just disappear. Unless someone blows the whistle, I don't think there's going to be any way you'll find what happened to this gentleman.
Well, a rather macabre conversation, but a fascinating one nonetheless. Atholl, thank you very much indeed for sharing your insights with us. Atholl Johnston there.